As the title says, I am now about 1.5 kilos lighter than a few days ago, and this has just been the result of me not really adhering to the amount of food that I usually eat. And I tend to prepare my own food most of the times, but since I have been very busy recently and I had not really been up to speed with my food preparation, I have kind of forgotten to eat enough. And in a few days, I've already lost a bunch of weight, which definitely helped with the pull-ups in here, but it's not really following what I would like to get. So I need to get back on track because I am someone who really burns through energy very, very quickly. Apart from training every day, which I don't really think amounts to that much in terms of calorie demand, I am also cycling to work, and I tend to be walking whenever I can, just to get some steps in. I know it sounds silly to just say that someone wants to walk because they want to achieve a certain step count. Arbitrary numbers don't really mean anything. I like to walk to places, and if I can, I do take the chance, definitely. So yeah, long story short, between my daily energy demands and not really eating enough, I ended up losing a bunch of weight, and I don't really think that much glycogen has really been depleted because what food I ate, and it's not like I was starving myself or anything. I just wasn't really eating as much as I needed. But in terms of carbohydrates and proteins, they were amounting to a good portion of the daily intake. So I don't really think that there was a loss in body water and glycogen. It's mainly, or at least I think that it's mainly fat. Water consumption has been about the same as it usually is, so that is also something that didn't really change, and my physiological demands have been satisfied as regularly as they usually are. I know it's a bit weird to talk about this, but if I need to think about a semi-scientific way to describe what's been happening in the last few days, I think that I'm pretty close to describing it in as accurate way as I can without starting dissecting myself and start burning things around to see what's been missing. I don't really think that it's necessary for me to go into this much detail, or at least this much speculation about what's been happening. But since it's kind of fun that in a few days I was able to lose, 2% of my body weight without even trying, I just thought I'll throw it out in case anybody who stumbles upon this video is in a similar situation. And yeah, I guess it's pretty normal for someone who is extremely active and they require a lot of food to be able to grow a little bigger over time. It seems like it's much harder for people like me to get a bit heavier, or at least that the demands required to put on some weight slowly over time in a very controlled manner seems to be disproportionately higher compared to what would be required of the same person in order to lose a bit of weight. Anyways, the video is almost over and I haven't spoken at all about the session at hand, which was the main thing that I wanted to showcase when I'm uploading videos on YouTube of my training. Explosive pull-ups felt good. Of course you were lighter, but also I was actually focusing on trying to rotate my wrists as I was getting up. And this is probably something that I really should be focusing about a bit more, because at the point where I am turning my wrists as they ascend, I can actually put my arms, and especially my forearms, in a position where if I wanted to slightly extend my triceps, I could actually get a bit higher. I just need to ingrain this movement in my head. It's a bit difficult because I'm really focusing on pulling myself as quickly and as powerfully as I can from the floor. And so there are a few things that need to happen at the same time, or at least really close to each other, that I really need to nail down to a T and implement day by day, or at least week by week. In terms of pushing, also pretty good, because I did 3 sets of 12 with two 20-kilo dumbbells on the incline dumbbell presses, which is good because I lost some weight, but I luckily didn't lose too much of the little strength that I've developed. And definitely next week I will be going up in weight and maybe go back to 2 sets and then again through the progression with a newer weight. I was doing some wrist curls in preparation also for some handstands. They weren't feeling the best, but in the second set I was actually able to get a decent tuck. The second one wasn't great, but fine. And sled drags and Nordic curls, they were okay. Good session in the end. Oh wait, it's already done? Okay, ciao.